More than 7,000 people, including critically ill patients, were housed in the hospital, which was surrounded by Israeli soldiers for days. Israeli forces ordered doctors, patients and displaced persons at Al-Shifa Hospital in Gaza to evacuate the medical facility and forced some to leave the hospital at gunpoint. Medical sources told Al Jazeera. Doctors said the facility, which had been under siege by Israeli troops for several days, was now largely abandoned, hours after soldiers ordered people to leave the area on Saturday. However, in a post on Humanitarian passage in the Gaza Strip via a safe access, Mohammed Zaqout, Director General of Hospitals in Gaza, echoed to Al Jazeera, "I categorically reject these unfounded claims by the Israeli army. I tell you that we were forced to leave at gunpoint. More than 7,000 people, including critically ill patients and newborn babies struggling to survive, were sheltered in Şifa." A doctor at the hospital told Al Jazeera that at around 9 a.m. local time they received orders from the Israelis to leave within an hour. But because they did not do so, it was impossible to evacuate everyone. Having an ambulance or transportation vehicles to transport patients. Al Jazeera correspondent Youmna ElSayed, reporting from Khan Younis in southern Gaza, said the situation had led to a state of great panic and fear at the hospital. Many people left on foot. But Mohammed Abu Salmiya, director of Al-Shifa Hospital, told Al Jazeera that patients who cannot move, amputees and those in critical condition were forced to stay behind, along with a handful of medical staff. The situation is really dire, he said, adding that the facility was largely abandoned. Among those in Al-Shifa were at least 300 patients, many in critical condition, and thousands of displaced families. It also included at least 35 premature babies who had been out their incubators for 8 days due to lack of oxygen and lack electricity. ElSayed said, "There were 39 babies left without incubators." Our correspondent added that 4 of them laid on Friday and 5 are now seriously ill. Palestinian Health Minister Mai al-Kaila said international institutions should intervene and transfer premature babies from Şifa to hospitals in the occupied West Bank or Egypt. Terrible after Israeli army's time limit expired on Saturday morning. Hospital's superintendent, Omar Zaqout, told Al Jazeera that forced evacuations had begun, adding that scenes outside facility were horrible. "We were told to leave the Al-Wahda road. Dozens of bodies are scattered on the roads," he said. Many homeless people who cannot walk are left out in the open. Munir al-Barsh, doctor at Al-Shifa Hospital, said that the Israeli army warned that everyone leaving should wave a white handkerchief and walk in single file. They were humiliated by the soldiers along the way. Al-Barsh told Al Jazeera, "Most of the patients were put into wheelchairs or beds with wheels. Fa.